Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Adam here, aka the Sound Scotsman, and this is episode 37 of Smart Souls. If you've been here since episode 1, or at the very least episode 10, then this is a very special episode just for you guys. If you have been with the series since the very beginning, when we looked all weak and scrawny like this, then you will remember in the very first episode I set out to make a platinum trophy guide. I wanted to show you where everything was and make the game as easy as possible for you that I possibly could, and I feel like I've already done that. But I also wanted to make one of the most in-depth guides that there was out there on YouTube. Of course, in one playthrough of the game you cannot cover absolutely everything, so we did have to make some decisions along the way. One of those decisions, of course, being killing Lautrec early to save this firekeeper. Of course, you can get her back in Anor Londo, which you might want to do in your next playthrough of the game. But also, it got us the Ring of Favour and Protection early on, which definitely made our life a hell of a lot easier. I also couldn't show you how to get both the speckled stone plate ring and the titanite slab in the one playthrough from the Onion Knight, because you can either have either one or the other, so I thought most of you would probably like the titanite slab, as the speckled stone plate ring is much easier to get. Of course, we could only kill Smough or Ornstein last, and we of course went for Ornstein. Killing Giant Ornstein meant that we got the hardest variation out the way first, and of course we got the Leo ring. So the next time you do the Smough and Ornstein fight, remember you'll be able to kill Giant Smough instead, getting this outfit. We also hit another fork in the road. When we killed this firekeeper, we got her soul and were able to do our Estus flask up a little earlier on, but if it wasn't new game, then we could have actually got the shortcut opened and released Solaire early and used him in the last boss fight of the game. Of course, the smart thing to do was to kill off the firekeeper, get her soul and get the Estus flask up in your first playthrough of the game. That's a no-brainer. But in New Game Plus though, why not, when you kill the Fire Sage demon, just come straight down here, be part of that covenant of course, then touch the door from this side and you will get Solaire in to help you with the very last boss in New Game Plus. The most controversial fork in the road was deciding to become a Dark Wraith and losing access to Frampt. Well, the reason that we did this, of course, was A, I needed to show you where the secret covenant was, and B, in New Game Plus, you won't do that. You'll keep Frampt, and that will allow you to keep feeding him green shards and large shards, chunks, whatever you want, because you're going to be focusing a lot in New Game Plus on reinforcing your weapons so you can make all the weapons up to plus 10 and make all the boss soul weapons easily. So now that you know where all the forks in the road are, you can come back to this episode as many times as you like to keep yourself right and know what you're doing in New Game Plus, but for the time being, it's time that I kept some promises I made to you guys along the way. I told you not to bother coming down this horrible part of Darkroot Garden, for example, and you're going to find out why. I'm going to show you this. I don't expect any of you would actually want to come and do this for fun, but I did say I was going to show you it at some point, and well, it's some point now, so here we go. First thing is, we do get this little bit of treasure, Soul of a Proud Knight or something. Soul of a Brave Warrior, there we are. So it might be worth coming up just for that, but I haven't showed you the Great Felines, so I'm going to show you that first. Then I'm going to show you part of Upper Blighttown. Some of you will actually want to do that. the Upper Blighttown part, I did say after Anor Londo I would come back at some point and do that. So I'm going to do that after this, and then I'm going to show you Dark Anor Londo. So, these great felines. Why on earth would you come down this part of the woods? Oh, see, these guys suck. I think you can tell already why I advised you not to come down here. But either way, you can relax with a cup of tea or coffee and watch me struggle with these bloody cats. Could you imagine doing this in New Game Plus? Oh, he's going to do the rolling thing. Really? Jesus. Go on, chase that kitty. Oh, no. Man, I hate those cats. So, now you know what's lurking down this way. Just to set it right in your head, I'm going to wander up here a little. Show you where we are. There, where we got the gold pine resin farming spot, and the enchanted ember was in that box. So that's the part of the woods that I advised you not to go down. And now it's time for Upper Blighttown. This is the depths. After killing the gaping dragon, we could have came down this way. And of course I did tell you that we were going to come back here at some point after Anor Londo, once we could warp. So, making good on that promise now. I'm going to show you the eagle shield. I'm going to show you the ninja outfit, I forget what it's actually called. Shadow, I think it's called. And also the Iato sword, which you may actually want to come down and grab that. But the main thing is you're now overpowered, so this area won't be too bad. Those toxic bastards are down here as well. I should remind you about that. Just in case. Yeah, there's a soul item down that way as well. Yep, I see him. I see that toxic blow darting son of a bitch. Man, I hate these guys. There we go. I bet you're beginning to realise why I said don't bother coming down, don't bother doing this bit until way later. Now this is the tricky bit. That's that Iato sword there. I'm going to use a little bit of fall control. Hopefully do the jump first time. Hopefully. You know what I'm like with my jumps by now. Whoa. So, I better show you the stats on this sword actually. Yeah, I can't use it, but there you go. That's what that sword is like. Gets a B scaling with Dex. But, no good for my purposes anyway. It might be alright for you. Now, the other bit, here, I want to just slip down there. This is a ridiculous bit if I've ever seen one. There we go. So that Iato sword, that's probably the main thing of the level, I would say. Bonfire here, of course. No, you can't warp to it, in case you're wondering. Remember in episode 11, we came up here, it's just a little bit further along, and we got the pyromancy power within. Well, that's where we got to. Right there. And then, of course, we did the smart thing and just homeward boned right out of here. Yeah, what a trap indeed. Yep. Not so fun, is it? There we go. That outfit is really cool, actually. I mean, it's not really very good for defense or anything, but it just looks quite cool. That's all. So, one thing left to get in the area, and that is the eagle shield. It's actually just here. Eagle shield. Now, I did get a little bit lost, so I thought, do you know what? I'm just going to find it and then do it in reverse. So, here we are. Down there it was. Past all these goddamn... And there you have it. So that's how to get the eagle shield. So, that's all the treasure in Blighttown. So that's the stats there for the eagle shield, in case you do want it. My personal opinion, I mean, the lightning is nice. The 75% lightning reduction is quite nice, but I still don't think it's worth coming down here. I really don't like coming down here. As you could probably tell during that whole clip, I'm no expert on this area. I come down once per character just for this outfit. I do like this outfit, I have to admit. It is pretty nifty. But beyond that, I try and avoid this place like the bloody plague. So, let's do something a bit more fun. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I've saved the best for last. We're about to make Dark Anor Londo. Sorry. Sorry, Guinevere. It needed to be done. Now, you might... If you have not killed Gwendolyn, then you might get a little bit of dialogue there. But I already have, so... that's not going to happen. But... what I will show you is there is now some nasty NPCs down here. See them both there? I think one of them might be Iron Tarkus, actually. Kinda looks like him. You'll see him in a second. One down. Yeah, that looks like Iron Tarkus. It must be. Pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed. I'm going to show you outside. Now, we killed the firekeeper at the Anor Londo bonfire, okay? But had we not done that, she would be really, 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 really pissed off and actually meet us at the bottom of the staircase down there. But you notice all the enemies are gone. But you're probably wondering, is the blacksmith gone? Well, the answer is no. He's not gone. He's still there doing his thing. But we are very, 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 very close to finishing up the series. So, you're probably thinking, Adam, why don't you just kill the blacksmith and see what he drops? Well, okay. I'll show you his hammer. Well, there you have it, folks. I hope you enjoyed this episode. And we will see you in the next one when we get all prepared to take on the last boss of the game, and actually take on the last boss of the game. So until then, ciao for now.